Okay, everybody, this is a video that I have made. Hopefully, the technology that I'm using is going to be okay and satisfactory. But starting tomorrow, I have a plan finally in place, and um, hopefully, it'll work out for everybody. So, first, I wanted to walk you quickly through the exam itself, those of you who will be taking it, and so you'll know what exactly to expect. You're looking at obviously a screen that you can access yourself of the College Board, but I just want to talk about it slightly. First, it's on May 12th. It's the second day of all exams in the window. There's an alternative time that you can take it, I think, on June 1st, but I imagine that most of you, for lack of a better phrase, want to get it over with. And so that is the time in which you'll be taking it. Now, it's going to be 45 minutes long. And in that 45 minutes, you essentially have two sections, what they term, as you see here, question one and question two. Question one is going to be a passage of Virgil, you can see, and a passage of Caesar, and then short answer questions over those. The very last exam, which was over, I think, DBG Book 4, was an exam that included short answer, but the exam, as we all know, as all the exams are open book, open note. And so I think that they're going to be written in a way that will not make it easily to where it's just simply plug in, this is nominative, this is dative. I'm sure there'll be things like that, but more that you'll have to do some sort of analysis and then show that you know what you're talking about due to the fact that you can indicate the Latin that gives you the answer. Um, Nevertheless, for those short answer questions, you're going to have a total of 25 minutes and then a 5-minute period to upload your answers. After that, you have a second question, which is going to be something from Virgil. It could be obviously from the Aeneid, from the Eclogues, from the Georgics. I have no idea, but on that side passage that you'll have, you are then going to answer some questions that are like the short answer that you then will have only a total of 15 minutes for. Now, later I'll have some more strategies in our live class meetings, hopefully, that we'll have some more of. Things that you'll want to make sure that you have ready and planned on actual test day. But nevertheless, that is what the exam is going to look like now. The exam is going to be 70% based on what we have seen and read in class. And then, of course, 30%, as you can see here on that site passage from Virgil. The exam in and of itself is going to be as what they call on units 1 through 4. That would include the Aeneid Book 1, the Aeneid Book 2, the De Bello Gallico Book 1, De Bello Gallico Book 4, and then De Bello Gallico Book 6. Now, this is my plan, and I've actually made a schedule, and if you were to follow along with it, I think you can give yourself a great chance of doing well. Because first and foremost, I think that the mistake that students will make, not only in the exam that I'm most concerned with, but on all the exams, is they think that when it is open book, open note, that it is going to be something they don't have to prepare for. Now, you don't need to know the lines with the specificity that you would have ordinarily, but you do have to be familiar with the lines, I think, because that time period of only 25 minutes and then only of 15 minutes is really going to evaporate a lot more quickly than what you realize. And so therefore you have to take advantage of the fact that you have at least reviewed to the point of where you're really familiar with what those particular lines are talking about. And I'll have some more things that I'll share, and that I've gone through the entirety of the syllabus and broken down the sections that we read and given a quick little summary of them. All right, so what we're looking at now that I've turned to is this schedule that I have made. And the schedule is broken down all of the sections that are going to be on the exam. And what I'm going to do is ask you to review these sections for these weeks. And every day, as you can see, I've broken it down even further, such that the first week, which is here, April 13th through 17th, I would like us to review Book 1, 1 through 209, and then Book 1 of the Aeneid, 418 to 440. And then I further break it down for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so forth and so on. And the reason I've broken it down like this is because on Canvas, which is the platform that we'll be using, I'm going to put up on those particular days some short answer practice over those particular lines. That being tomorrow, Monday. It's currently Sunday night, waiting for the thunderstorms to roll in, the bad ones. But nevertheless, the lines 1 through 63, I'm going to have 2 short passages over those lines and some indicative short answer questions that I think are going to be kind of like what you'll find on the exam. Now, I highly, 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 highly encourage, please actually try them and do the practice. You don't have to do Monday on Monday and Tuesday on Tuesday. You could choose to do all of them on Thursday, or you can just wait till the next week if this is a busy week for you otherwise. But my plan is to make that available, and then on Friday, for those of you who do submit stuff and do the stuff on Canvas, I will try and then give you some feedback as to what it is that you could do better as far as your answers, and maybe looking at it a different way, and trying to give you some specific feedback. Now, the great advantage and opportunity that lies in with this is that if you try and review and do the short answer practice that I give to you and make a legitimate effort, and you do them, all of them, I can almost promise you that you will end up with an A in the course, regardless of whatever kind of missteps or grades that you've had coming into it. This is unprecedented, is the term everybody keeps using time. And I want to make this the great opportunity that you could have of not only improving your chances for a great score, but also to make it to where so many things can be erased. So some of y'all have asked me about retaking an exam here or there. I'm telling you, just follow along with this review, and an earnest attempt is going to do wonders, and I mean wonders, for where you end up at as in the course concerning whatever, lack of a better term, grade that you have. So this is what I have for the first week, April 13th through 17th. These are the lines on each particular day that will be put up on Canvas, sections from them. Again, each day will have 2 little passages from this particular section that you can then try in the short answer. And again, while you take the exam itself on May 12th, you will have available to you my recording, you will have available dictionary, you will have a translation if you want, anything that you'd like. And so it's no different than this. But again, to be familiar with the lines beforehand is absolutely critical. Looking at the next week, which is the 20th to the 24th, it's book 1, 494 to 478, and then all of book 2. And then I've broken it down. And in the exact same way, the only thing I'm going to offer up to you to this point forward on Canvas is the short answer stuff, the stuff that you would expect to find on the exam. It's so drastically different than it ever has been. And so we want to make sure that you have the opportunity for practice. And then again, on Fridays, my goal, the day that's the Free Learning Friday or whatever we call it, I forget what it's called now, but that's the day that I'll be going over your responses and making sure that I can give you whatever feedback you need. The next week, we have the 2 weeks leading up to the exam itself, the review of the De Bello Gallico that we have read, and then, of course, the following week, book 6 that we have not. But here, book 1, 1 through 7, on Monday, and then the rest of book 4 that we read when they are in Britain on the 3 remaining days. And then I have left only 8 total chapters of book 6 for that last week leading up to the exam itself. And so I can make sure that there's a little passage from every one of these. Use my recordings to go over them, things like that. But the reason I put this last is because it can then hopefully be the freshest on your mind. And again, it's a matter of be familiar with the lines ahead of time, even though you will have, as an open book would indicate, all the opportunities of using whatever resources that you can of course so find. If there is anything that I can help you with, please let me know. But again, I want this practice that I put on Canvas, these short answers, to be nothing but an absolute opportunity for you to be able to do well and to give yourself opportunity. And again, by just doing it, by following along and putting forth this effort, I'm going to make sure that you are rewarded tremendously as far as where you end up in the course, on the grade, things like that. So again, if you have any questions, just email me, text me, those sorts of things like that. But hopefully this will be of great help, great opportunity, and making the most of, obviously, now moving into our 4th week, 3rd, not counting spring break, but this distance learning, which will continue to go on We have a month before the exam, and certainly I think that I have faith that you'll be able to do well for yourself. And any way that I can help you, certainly you just let me know. So if you have any questions, let me know. But hopefully by tomorrow, by 9 a.m., your first stuff on Canvas will be there. And if you have any problems accessing it, let me know. Talk to you later.